Let me see if we're reconnected, because that's interesting. That is interesting. Let me make sure I'm connected. Um. Whoa. Let's see if I'm connected. Let's see if I'm connected. Okay. If not, we're about to get off. All right, so it says we are. Okay, let's get started with this July stuff. All right, so we're going to be looking at July. We're going to do an overview of July, and then we're going to launch into the week by week of July. Hopefully we can go fast because I have a lot of work to still do. So we're going to get started with today. Oh shoot, I have a class at 1. Okay. I'm going to try to make this pretty quick. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks of July. All right. Yay. Hey, Sonny. Oh, I'm sorry, girl. I had to talk to my honey. He just made that 15-hour drive from Tennessee to Miami. So I have to say goodnight. All right. Are y'all ready for July? Happy Canada Day to people who are in Canada. Apparently it's Canada Day, according to my calendar. All right, so we have the 1st through the 4th, the 5th through the 11th, the 12th through the 18th, the 19th through the 25th, the 26th through the 31st. So we're going to do an overview reading. Where are we going with this? Let me clear the energy. Sure. The messages are only coming from the highest source, the highest power, and are for our highest good. Please protect us from anything that is not of the highest sources, and for our highest good. Please guide us with this message. Amen. All right. We're going to start with the shadow. So, for the month of July, the shadow. What is a shadow America will be working on? America, the country. That's too many. We're not doing that because I cannot. I cannot spend 3 hours doing this reading. All right, but I will tell you straight off the bat, this is definitely, so 2 shadows. Okay, I'm going to flip them at you. How about that? Hey, Carly. I'm just gonna pop in for a few myself. 5 weeks, girl. Yes. Each doggone month is a year in itself. I'm gonna show them to you. We're not gonna go too deep into them. I want you to see what we're working with. I can't. All right. So we have arrogance. We had this last month. If I'm not mistaken, we got this last month. So we have arrogance. Not seeing flaws hinders growth. No limits to learn and improve. Humility, awareness, growth. Self-Sabotage. Okay, so I think we had this last time. So this is procrastination, negative self-talk, fear of failure. Procrastination, negative self-talk, and fear of failure undermine your success. This is overcoming and resilience. I think this would go with all those, we're cooked, aren't we? Yeah. Journey inward. All right, so overview of America for the month of July. This is the path to enlightenment within you, inspection and growth. Y'all, this looks like a lot of work is happening in this month alone. No boundaries. Difficult to establish healthy respect. Take care to ensure your needs are met. Respect, self-care, and limits. Okay. I'm going to reshuffle though. This is explore feelings. We got this last time too. I told you, June was just the cliffhanger into July. Delve into insecurities and unresolved emotions. Authentic closure, peace. Find wholeness. Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if I've seen this card. Find wholeness. This is bringing together fragments that complete you. Acceptance, inner peace. Dark reflection. This month is going to be wild. When you look into the abyss look back. Truth seeking and liberation. And then finally, hidden desires. That's a lot of work for this month. Your deepest desires hold the seed of your potential. Longing, passion, and fulfilled. All of this feels apropos. You know, it feels very appropriate. But let's see if we can just get a summary of it. And then we're going to choose week by week. Yeah, I gotta bounce. Okay. So, okay. We get 2 whole new cards. We get Seductive Allure, Instant Gratification, Blinds You to the Consequences, Craving, Promises, Hidden. And then we get Making Peace. In the midst of adversity lies the path to discovery, profound, genuine, and risk. All right. So, are these the cards for the month of October? Ooh. Don't push me to October. I want to see something shake and bake in July. Hold on. Let me start here. What's beneath us? What is driving? What's the hidden future? What is driving July for America? It looks like a lot of work. We're talking about the entire month of July. Fireflies and fireworks. What is driving America? Thank you. The month of July. We're doing an overview for the month of July. Interesting. Okay. So we have the sugar coat. It keeps coming back. The coating is sweet. The payload is control. You were sick and they sold you the cure. The disease is cure. This is definitely America, period. Okay. Sugar coat. Then we have triangle. A relationship of 2 cannot bear the weight of 3. The third point is always the sharpest. Ooh, are we talking DSA? Is DSA the third point? All right. And then the energies driving that is we have meaningless. The universe is indifferent. Your meaning is not found. It is built. And today the bricks feel like sand. This is appropriate. Then dividend. Your exhaustion is someone else's asset. Your burnout pays a dividend on a ledger you'll never see. Oh my God, if this is not corporate. Here we go. And then we have quicksand. They keep you comfortable in the trap. Every cushion is another inch down. All right. And there is the overview of what's driving America. You are sold a disease as a cure. You're carrying the weight. Two parties is just not enough. You're carrying the weight of at least three distinct factions of people. Our country is built on sand. And we have to rebuild meaning. And the quicksand is, this is for the people here. They keep you comfortable in the trap. Every cushion is another inch down. Your health care, food, rent, everything. And then finally, rust. Neglect is slow acid. It doesn't break things. It convinces them to dismantle themselves. This is where we are with the data centers. This is where we are with the erosion of our Constitution. Yeah, there's some things here. Okay, so I think these are what we're going to have to face in the remainder of this year, but I definitely see it starting this month. So let's try these shadows again. If we're looking at this, what is the shadow work America will be doing this month? Self-compassion, facing inner demons, and the unknown. There we go. That resonates. That has goosebumps behind it. All right, so we're going to have to give ourselves self-compassion. We really are the Siamese twins, but again, 2 is not strong enough to hold 3. So this is embracing imperfections, help you find strength, growth mindset, resilience. Face your inner demons. Don't be afraid of darkness. There's light nearby. So the self-compassion card has growth mindset and resilience. The face inner demons card has transform and integrate. Oh, I like this. This is really cool because now we got 2 girls integrated into this one. That's interesting. And then again, the unknown. Okay? Again, the unknown. We have a deck of cards. We don't know what hand we're being dealt just yet, right? So uncertainty is the only certainty there is. Surrender, curiosity, and faith. All right, here we go. Let's read. Okay. I know, serious chills. All right, we are going to read for America's June overview. Interesting. This 2 keeps coming up because we have a 2 of Cups here, y'all. 2 of Cups in the reverse. The 2 of Cups, when I read on America, this is the breaking of the social contract. The country's supposed to take care of us, and we take care of the country. There is a break in the social contract. What is in that break? The Emperor. The Emperor. Not just a particular orangutine person, but the essence of the office. What is all of it, right? That's the Emperor. Oh, okay. And then we have the 4 of Swords, okay? Now notice, there are 3 swords, three swords behind her, not in her back, okay? So it's not the treason in her back, but it's behind her, meaning it is simulating, ooh. This is a mirage, which makes sense because executive orders are not laws. This is a mirage. You can buy into it, or you can remember there's a 4th sword, and it's the one closest to your hand. Okay. Now, the energy underneath this here is the 5 of Cups. And at the split is the 8 of Swords. There's a death here. And this death is the grief and the loss of something big. Now, it's not the death card, but it is. We have 2 cards that could signify a death here in this deck. We have the Four of Swords here, and we have the Five of Cups. But here's what I can tell you. I'm getting chills all over y'all. The Four of Swords and the Five of Cups, while the energy feels a certain way, the reality is a different way. Because again, with the Three of Swords, the swords are not in the back. So you're not stabbed. It's an illusion. You have a weapon at hand. Are you going to pick it up? And this Five of Cups, while it might be a signifier of grief and loss, you still have three things remaining. Two are down. Executive, right? Judicial, right? But I don't think we lost the legislative. We did. But somehow that cup rose again. So we have the legislative, we have the people, and we have one more thing. What is that one more thing? I think that's our unknown. We just bounced on the same thing at the same time. Is that the EO? Is that the ability to sweep the cabinet? Because we do have this Eight of Swords that releases us from our trap. A trap of the mind, by the way, because there's an opening. But we also have the Seven of Swords. And this is facing the music. This is being made to deal with consequences to your actions. The actions of theft, of stealing. And who might find himself caught in the questioning. Page of Cups in reverse. Narco Coolio. And behind him, a refusal to listen to more of his lies. And I think this is the missing cup. That one right there. Interesting. Because a big decision is going to be made. And that big decision, two completion cards. That big decision is about to set the course of the rest of our lives. This is the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Wands. This is the work, and this is the legacy. And so it begins, you guys. The game has started. The game has started. That is the overview of America for July. It's game on. All right, let's take a look at how so, week by week. It's game on. Whew. That's crazy pants. I'm feeling it kind of way. All right. Okay. So, what are we tackling? I'm going to put game on. All right. So, overview at 19 minutes. Okay. I gotta make sure I can split this one easily. All right, so we're gonna tackle the first week. And so looking at first week, you know, we just had the 29th and the 30th. We had the full moon. We had all that. Mercury retrograde has kicked its butt off. But now we're going to look at the remainder of this week. If I remember correctly, we kind of swept it up into the reading for June of last month, but I did say I was going to revisit this anyway. So 1 through 5 is what we will be working on for week 1 of July. Yeah, you know, what is that? Is that Nirvana? Is the end of the world as we know it? That's pretty much it. And I think we need to be good with that. We need to be absolutely okay with that. And I am. Where are we going? All right. So the rest of this week, you know, we've had some things show up like, okay, we got to deal with the self-sabotage. It found its way back out. Self-sabotage for this week. Okay. Self-sabotage, week 1. Self-sabotage. I think this is a good one to start off with because, as I said, are we using these? No. As I said, we had some SCOTUS things go down today, and one of them is Birthright Citizenship is still here. But the other 2 SCOTUS things that went down is CT visited the White House. CT visited the White House. CT, who just voted against birthright citizenship, CT visited the White House first. Okay. He's down for me to read, but I don't know if I'll get to him tonight because we're going to go through all these weeks. Okay. Let me just go ahead and do a quick reading on him. Opposite of Gloria Gaynor, he will not survive. This is 9 of Wands in reverse. Your boy is in major trouble. Now, other interesting thing that happened tonight or today is that a very reputable journalist posted that Alito was resigning. And then she was contacted and made to take it down. On the wording of it was not announced. So, something's afoot. Let's put it this way. Because, again, given that CT just flew out and he's going to lose, we got a Knight of Wands situation here and an 8 of Pentacles situation here. This means they're trying to make some shit happen really fast because they know something on the door. They know something's on the door. So this right here, I'm going to count as part of this self-sabotage because Alito's retiring. CT is fighting to not do so. However, maybe that's what happened. Maybe they drew straws and they were trying to decide which one goes. But something's up. And let me clear my energy of that because we're talking about America week 1, self-sabotage. So what are they going to do to self-sabotage? Anyway, what does that mean? You gave me clays. Okay. Page of Wands. That is our boy Shady. The world. Ooh. Wait. Something's up. Okay. And the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Energy underneath. 9 of Cups, 2 of Cups. And the moon just peeked its way out. Get here. What are we looking at? Okay. If self-sabotage is the energy being drawn. What else is beneath? What else is running this engine? Too many. The first one is garbage. That's what I'll take. Ooh, and whitewash. Fuck. I'm sorry. Shit. I mean, damn. I mean, wow. Interesting. This is a lot for this first week to carry, but it's a very important week. Um, because the actual birthday is this week. But garbage is underneath. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Garbage is underneath. It says, what you valued as a gift was always someone else's discard. Empty the box. Why do I hear empty the clip? What you valued as a gift. And I'm going to take whitewash because it resonated, and then betrayal. The knife wasn't in your back. It was in the hand you're holding. Oh, what are they going to do? Okay. And whitewash is they're not fixing the problem. They're painting over the mold and calling it a feature wall. So we got garbage, betrayal, and whitewash. Self-sabotage. Oh, what are they going to do? Okay. Here's the thing. The problem with trying to read for America is I got too many different factions wanting too many different things. Because on one hand, I'm feeling the energy of the people. They're actually starting to get worked up. Um, and then I have the energy of the crime syndicate. And they are, destruction is the word I'm getting. So I don't know if this is falsy week or not, but let's put it this way. They want to. They absolutely want to. Um, but there's a world card here, which is extremely interesting. Okay. And as I said, we do have other energies here. We have the Nine of Cups. This is a wish card. Um, so it could be abundance and benevolence and goodwill because it's how the fourth should feel. But it could also be the greedy oligarchs. What'd you get? You get in the files. Um, and then there's the Two of Cups here. So there's a partnership taking place. Something's interesting because those are female. And the reason it's standing out is because in the cards that hit the deck, and then there's the moon card on the bottom, the moon card in reverse. But the reason it hit the deck, I mean, the ones that hit the table, like I said, Page of Wands, and then the World. She's female. She's completion. So there's a stoppage here. But then there's the Knight of Pentacles. And it feels like this mercenary knight here is refusing to do something. So I'm actually questioning if the self-sabotage is us, like America to itself, or is it the inside to the inside? Are people waking up That betrayal card, the knife wasn't in your back, it was in the hand you're holding. It's like them remembering and realizing they do have more power than they gave. And what you valued as a gift. Empty the box, empty the box, empty the box, empty the box, empty the box. I keep hearing empty the clip. You're getting false flag energy too, right? To cause confusion, whitewash. They're not fixing the problem. I mean, on one hand, this could be the freaking pool, right? It's supposed to be open for the 4th. So it could be that, but they're painting over the mold and calling it a feature wall. Okay. This garbage woman, it's a woman, man. It's a woman, it's a woman, it's a woman. She's the one with the box of garbage. She's the one with the evidence. Right, exactly. There's so many energies, so many major energies, but so many energies all at once. But here's the thing, out of this entire thing, only the world card is a major arcana. However, the moon card here is at the top of this deck, or bottom of it really, and it is in reverse. So there's a secret that's going to be released. And it won't necessarily... There's so many energies. All right, so if we're talking on... Let's go with the people. What are we seeing for the people with regards to this? What are we seeing for the people? It's interesting. I'm feeling good energy. I'm like feeling people like actually getting together for like the 4th. And like community wise. So that actually feels like good energy. Like people who don't feel like actually celebrating the 4th, they're going to create a reason to celebrate the 4th, almost out of rebellion. Like, you can't have this from me. You can't take this from me. So that feels like it on one level. When I go into the crime syndicate, there's different energies there as well, right? There's harried energy, panicked energy, rash energy. And kind of the word with the B in front of it too, brash. Brash and rash. But there's definitely a fear here because they're feeling what we're feeling, which is the former head residents are coming out for a reason. Why? So they're feeling what we're feeling there. They know something is up. They know something is up. Okay. Now this betrayal card has a safe in it and it has a person with a key. So it feels like, and it's missing an L. So Aaron Brock has been talking a lot about Tejas and farmers and ranchers having problems with data places because of the light and the noise. Yes. Oh my God, y'all. And then I saw a video, I don't know if I shared it, but on Mount Shasta, a spiritual mountain or whatever, they are planting little recorders, and those recorders are solar powered, and they're playing 24-hour prayers. And the prayers aren't for prayers. The prayers are for 24-hour noise, which is going to chase away the animals. That's a protected mountain, and they want to put a center on top of it. This is literally the cartoon hoppers that just came out this year. And the stupid ladies who are recording that video, and I do use stupid quite liberally there, they're like, oh my God, I think we have interrupted the Lumerians talking. It's freaking speakers, woman. Stomp them. Like, collect them, trash them, stomp them. Dumbasses. Okay, whatever. Oh my gosh. Like, I think it's Lumerians. Lumerians put solar powered speakers on Mount Shasta. Okay, got it. So, hopefully somebody goes behind them and finds it and trashes the ish. Anyway, and that's a heavy investment because apparently it was hundreds of those little speakers. So that's a heavy investment into those speakers. Right, it's messing up the animals and then the water shortages. Obviously, we did a reading that some of them are actually because of water reservoirs. All right. So here's the interesting thing. There's just too many energies going on at once. Now there's nothing in sync. Congress isn't in sync anymore. Even the crime syndicate isn't in sync. And the people are definitely not in sync because you have these dumb ass Republican Democrats who are trying to destroy the actual ideas of what democracy is. Like actual Democrats. Like it's embarrassing, but it's also a relief because it's like, okay, out yourself, baby. Because literally, the Democratic Party is supposed to be taking care of the people. Because we're literally everybody else but white people, whereas the GOP is like almost only white people. So it just doesn't make sense, and you see it in their pictures, right? Like you'll have a picture of the DNC, the Democratic Party, and then you have a picture of the GOP on the hill, and it's like this looks like a white power rally. This looks like America. Everybody there. Okay, so anyway, just to go on. So this first week, there is a lot of confusion. I think that too is what I'm picking up on, is that there is a lot of confusion going on. People don't know what to do. They're feeling the panic as well. And people are not wanting to be held. Okay, I'm getting hot potato. I'm getting hot potato. People don't want to be held. They don't want to be the last person holding whatever this evidence is, whatever this trash is, whatever this garbage is. Meanwhile, you got the other people trying to whitewash. And while that word might mean to paint the gate white to make it look new, it literally means what they're trying to do, right? Whitewash. Um, I'm not getting convergence yet, at least not in this first week, because again, there's self-sabotage. The Democratic Party is self-sabotaging. I think right now we do have some rats who are, it's funny, I'm getting a Cinderella picture, how some rats become, servants, livery, for the Cinderella pumpkin, right? So I get people changing, becoming turncoats, like they're changing, but it's like subvert. Why are you giving me this word? And NY is because there are, this is how I just downloaded. There are literally people in Democratic leadership who were, like, this is not just a flippant thing of paid ops, literally were. Like, literally, their job was to sabotage. Literally, their job was to prevent, such as, Fetterman, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. So they're freaking the F out on one level. But then what's also happening, because the GOP expected to lose their races, they did. But what they also expected was to not really have to run them because nobody will have to VOTE again, right? Oh, that's not the reality. Oh, wait, you're coming against me too. Oh, wait, that blue country is putting money against me after I kiss ass? Oh, oh. So now there's a reality here of self-sabotage there as well, right? Like I did everything for you. I lockstep with you for 99% of the time. This one issue, now you're primarying me. So this is interesting. I'm not getting convergence yet. I'm getting divergence. I'm getting splits. That's what I'm getting. If you're getting something else, this absolutely makes sense. Right, clash. Clash of the Titans is what I had last time, and I don't think I said it. Yes, it's chaos and confusion is what I'm getting. So maybe that's right. Collision, not conversions. So there's collisions happening all over the place, because they're realizing David has a slingshot. That's what I just got from this. David has a slingshot. We got new people here. We got new energy, new people. David has a slingshot. The DSA feels like a very viable third party, much like the Quakers at the time. Because the Quakers came up and took over because Andrew Jackson was that sucky, right? So the DSA actually feels like a splinter and a real viable contender as a third party. So like right now, it's like get them in, and then we're going to be seeing something different come the following year. Now, that said, that's what's happening. Is there's a newbie on the scene. There's somebody they did not expect, right? There's like this new awakening of this American energy, this baby energy that has been sedated, that had been, as the other one said before, like kept sedated. But there's a new world order on the way. And it's not because of the corporations or the techies or whomever. It is because divine feminine is rising. It is, and divine feminine meaning this need to nurture, this need to take care of, this need to band together and to circle the wagons. Divine energy, hey David, is coming. And the hitmen, the ones who are there, are losing. They're not in, they're not of power. And that's where we're seeing, thank you, the 2 of Cups here and the 9 of Cups. We're actually, okay, thank you, chills, thank you. Starting to get our wish, right? We're starting to get our wish. Because the 7 of Wands, this feels like being ramshod, being run over, where there was previously a block. I don't think this is the people. This feels more like that other sect of people, because we have the 6 of Cups here, again, not fulfilling the social contract, things being stuck, etc. But right after that 6 of Cups is a 4 of Cups. It's New World Order time, babes. And it's like the power that people are growing into, while in the upright it would be good, in the negative, or in the reverse, it's going to be just, not just good, but just, meaning something's got to break. Oops. And that's what it's supposed to be. Because again, I'm getting the 10 of Wands. This is Congress showing up to do its work. This is Congress voices changing and being louder. This is people switching out. And I think the longer they have away from, because they're what, they get about a 2-week or 3-week vacation, this is going to put them in our way. And they're going to have to hide. But they're not going to be able to. Hey, Cindy. And the other thing here is the 3 of Pentacles. And again, in reverse. And what I'm getting from this is, I'm trying to watch the words. The resistance bands are coming together, have come together, are still coming together, are meeting together. And again, we have a triple threat here. You had JB come out last week and was, fiery. You had OBO come out and he has his thing, fiery. Then you have HC, you have KH, you have Tim W. You have people who in a typical takeover would have been afraid to come out and speak because, that's death, right, are now like, oh no, we know something. So this, and then the fact that I have this secret card, I feel like this is not just a secret coming out, but what they're doing. They're doing things in the dark. And it's funny because it's like they're giving them back their own medicine. You know what I mean? So this first week feels like the rise of the new. And it is sending these people into a tizzy, I'll just say. So this self-sabotage, I think we're going to see play out. Yeah. So the self-sabotage, we're going to see play out. Oh, yeah. I got two aces here. Ace of Cups and this Ace of Wands. And again, Congress is going to come back. And you're going to see some people doing some heavy lifting. So this is really interesting because this Ace of Wands is coming back. But this time I do feel this being, say, this crime syndicate. Because we're getting back to this self-sabotage thing. I do feel some kind of retaliation. But the people won't be buying it. So it might be another stupid falsie. You know what I mean? It might be another 30 shots near the White House. You know, like, it might be something else dumb that people are like, do you expect me to believe that? God, sorry. I just saw another one. Do y'all remember? And I think this happened during 1.0. The guy who, this is either 1.0 or this was the first year of beating. The guy who ran his car into a fourth parade. But this will be on orders. This will be on U.S. orders, similar to the other ones. So I just saw a flash of that. I don't know. I want to say I don't think something's going to happen, but I can't be that optimistic. I do think something will happen at a fourth event. And I'm not trying to be trivial when I say hopefully something that small, because obviously lives get lost. But I mean nothing, say, September level. And it feels like a fourth event. Okay. Is that a fourth event? There's a Six of Cups here. This is dragging out memory. Is there a fourth event? Will there be a fourth event? Okay, so there's a chance here. I'm seeing Six of Pentacles. I'm seeing Six of Swords in reverse. I'm seeing Six of Cups. And then I got a Page of Swords under here. So there actually is a chance that it gets stalled out. It's what they want to do. For instance, the Page of Pentacles, trying to pay somebody to do it. But I think it gets stalled out. There's a Six of Swords here in reverse. This is stagnation. This is unable to make that transition. I think they might get stalled out because here's a Six of Pentacles. It feels like somebody exchanging this information, and that is backed up for me by this, by the Page of Swords, who is then followed by the Queen of Swords. And I think we're going to find this trace back to a King of Pentacles here. But I see an ending here. So there's an Ace of Pentacles here too. So that's kind of providing a yes for this. So is there one planned? I'm going to say absolutely yes, but we have a Fool also in reverse. And we kind of have a Four of Wands in reverse. So what there may be is an event canceled because of forewarning. Because there's an Eight of Swords here, right? Now there's a betrayal card, and I'm not sure if that is the person being betrayed, or the person doing the betrayal. I don't think it's us. Yeah, so there's definitely a plan here. We'll just say a reptilian kind of plan. Because he has a galactic face. But even in that, I'm seeing the Ten of Swords in reverse now. So there's a chance, there's a very, very, very strong chance that it gets canceled. Yes. I think it's going to get canceled. I think the event is going to be canceled because it looks like the message. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah. Damn. Hold on. Oh. Okay. So if it gets canceled, we might be looking at a plan B. Plan B is knowing the guy goes and therefore usurps the birthday celebration, the actual one. So plan B is either on the 5th or on the 4th, or maybe even the 3rd, just to like really kill it. We may see the guy go. One of these guys goes. Somebody in the government goes. Because now we have unprecedented event. So that could be the secession here. And we have a quick message. So we have the Eight of Wands. And why I'm kind of saying it might be him is we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. And y'all know that's like my AI card. My Master Nation card. So how quickly these two come out. I think so. Because then the Ten of Cups, like, aw, man, he's gone. And it feels like it's the long-awaited thing. Don't hold me on it. Don't hold me on it. Like, seriously, like, please don't. But I see manipulation behind the scenes. And then there's the King of Wands here. And then a weakened thing. So it is possible that because they get sabotaged, they're going to pull the plug on the AI guy. And usurp the celebration. Never mind the fact that it would be the real celebration. A fake Sassy makes sense. A fake Sassy makes a lot of sense. A JFK, if you will. Wow, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So he might do one of those fake driving where they have the body double. Allegedly and for entertainment purposes only. A fake Sassy makes a lot of sense. Okay. Because there's a self-sabotage. That's all I'm going to go with. There's a self-sabotage. So let's just wipe that out. We're moving on to week 2. Okay. So a fake Sassy makes a lot of sense. So week 1 ends at 54 minutes. Okay. Okay. So now we're going to move on to week 2. Week 2 is the 5th through the 11th. All right. Are we still here? Yeah? Okay. Are we here? Are we there? Okay. What are we dealing with week 2? Week 2. July 5th through July 11th. Week 2. Fake Sassy makes a lot of sense. Oh, have courage. Stop hiding. Show up. Let yourself be seen. Fear, vulnerability, and growth. Okay. Looks like he's one half of a butterfly wing. Butterfly. Y'all know what the butterflies are. Okay. Possibly. I didn't get on like right after the 10 minutes. I had to talk to my honey. He had texted me. He was like, I guess you forgot. I was like, okay. Anyway, limiting beliefs. Ultimately, you become what you believe. That is sitting here too. So have courage, have courage, have courage, have courage. Okay, what do we mean by that? What's underneath this? What's underneath week 2, the 5th through the 11th for America? Have courage. Ah, there's the filter. This was in that pile of deck. You're not comparing yourself to others. You're comparing your behind the scenes to their highlight reel. What do we mean by that? Is that it? No. Okay. You're not comparing yourself. Okay. You're comparing your behind the scenes to their highlight reel. The filter. What does that mean for America? Energy. Have courage. Stop hiding. Show up and let yourself be seen. Week 2, week 2, week 2. Energy vampires. They don't take your time. They siphon your light. You leave every interaction dimmer and then smokescreen. The complexity is the point. If you can't see the problem clearly, you can't hold anyone accountable for it. So we got the filter. We have the energy vampire. And we have the smokescreen. All right. What shenanigans will they be up to? Again, the triangle came out again here. So again, the triangle is a relationship of 2 cannot bear the weight of 3. The third point is always the sharpest. And then the husk. You fitted yourself to the costume. Now the costume stands and you wonder where you went. All right, who's this for? Anyway, let's not add new questions. Week 2. Can you show me what we're looking for America's energy? Ooh. Okay. Can we shuffle this better, please? We got 3 majors. Strength, the Fool in reverse, and Death in reverse. Do I shuffle again? No. Okay, we got the Queen of Swords, and we got the Ten of Wands. Overwhelm, burden. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Okay. Smokescreen energy vampires. Smokescreen energy vampires. Strength. Hi, Vicky. Okay. Strength. Ace of Swords. Have courage. Ace of Swords. Have courage. And the Sun. Okay, something's coming out. Woo! Something big is coming out. We have the Sun and we have the Ace of Swords. There is some major information, some major communication coming out. A legal thing. A legal thing? A legal thing. A legal thing. A legal thing. A legal thing. Okay. That's 3 major arcana. Okay. Week 2 is some serious weeks. Some serious days. We're talking July 5th through the 11th. Some major stuff is going to go down here. We're looking at the Fool in reverse. Let me see what they might. Oh my God, my hand hurts. From swimming. There is a cliff edge near, and you need to be cautious. Your excitement may be turning into recklessness. Slow it down and think things through. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Recklessness, naivety. Power vacuum. Okay, and then death in reverse. All right, we're talking power vacuum. If that guy takes the plunder in week 1, this is fearing change, clinging to the past. Clinging to the past or resisting change will not help the situation. It is time to let go and embrace the change. Okay. and then strike their resilience. Okay, there's some major change coming in week 2. Um, if they decide to let the guy go, tap your inner strength and resilience to overcome obstacles. Gain control through patience and compassion rather than outward force. Okay, all three of these are asking for us to be slow, methodical, and intelligent. And the energy underneath is the Queen of Swords and the Page of Swords. So this is good energy here. This is being clear-headed, clear-eyed. But that Ten of Wands, this is going to be a lot of work. It's going to be overwhelming. However, the Eight of Swords is here, and it is in the reverse. So that's saying that it's a lot of sword energy. So we're moving in some major legal, and by legal, we could be talking legislative, we could be talking governmental, we could be talking law. We're moving into major territory right now. We got 2 pages over here. We got a Knight of Wands, so something is going to be moving and moving fast. The messaging, who's a Knight of Wands? Knight of Wands is Massey. Was it Massey, the Knight of Wands? He just won his bill. His bill just happened. Now the sweep could be it. Like I'm dead ass. Like the sweep could be it because there's a Page of Cups here that feels a little foolish to think about, but it's a Wheel of Fortune right after him. Oh my God! And then the Queen of Wands. And then the Lovers. And for me, the Lovers is that coalition card and White House down and the Tower. Yes, absolutely. This could be where we're talking about the sweep coming into play because here's the King of Pentacles in reverse right after the Tower. So it's major energy. That's all I'm going to commit to here. And what I'm gathering from this energy is it's major change. And so there's going to be a smoke screen and they're going to try to distract and bombard and do things to try to get you negative. Like I hear them using the word communist right now, right? Massey, I just read about it before we came on. He has a list, not a list. He has a, he just put, it's so interesting because he's the one who did the bill about the Fed Reserve, the one that gave me the terror, 1486 or 1846 or 1680. I don't remember the damn number. But anyway, but he just put out a bill about transparency of funds with regards to, I forgot. He just put out a transparency of funds bill that passed unanimously, which is weird as hell. Weird as hell. But do you really want to be the person saying, I object? But everybody, 420 people went for it. So, yeah, it feels extremely fast. All of this is fast energy. All of this is swords, fun, swords, sun, swords. Like it was all fast energy. Wands. So that's fire, swords. The only thing that was slow was this pentacle here. So it does feel extremely fast. I don't want to 100% commit to this is the enactment of the EO, but I will say it's imminent. That I can commit to because this is justice coming down. Oh yeah, and then the devil's right behind that. So the truth about the devil coming down. And then there's the Page of Cups. I think he's going to get swept up. Obviously he will be because of the cabinet thing. I was going to say, I think he's going to get swept up because of this, but I think for sure, because this is the Page of Cups. There's isolation here that was right under the sun. So the sun is going to be, that's a lot of major here. The sun's going to be showing this hangman. So we definitely have some things going on here. I think we are going to learn about the thing for sure, because these are pentacles, these are VOTESs. And this is help. This is help coming. I really got France extremely big, like really big. France is what I keep hearing. So I think that case that they're putting out, and then it's not just France. Belarus just called out on the interference situation. So there's a lot of fast moving right now because the Belarusian president, or whatever he was called, that dude dipped. He ran. He got the F up out of there. Okay, so there's a lot of energy, and I think they're understanding that America is not as sleep as they think they are, because we're not the only ones being fed bullshit by an algorithm. So are they. Their own algorithm they created, right? So, week 2 is major, 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 major energy. Pay attention to it, but it is asking you to have courage. So there's a chance, because I got that power vacuum thing. There's a chance that it might be a slight little nova implosion. Like, okay, we don't have him. We don't want him. What's going to happen? Because we're going to have this sweep coming in, and people are going to be like, who's our leader? That's kind of how it feels, but we're going to keep it moving. Yeah, I'm tired of waiting on them, but if you're paying attention to the energies, say, of Barry, of like, if you're paying attention to the outside energies, it feels like people are getting in place. Like, they're getting in place. So have courage, also have patience. Because remember, limiting beliefs. And one of those limiting beliefs could be thinking that the other people are really stupid. But here's what's happening. They have had fracture after fracture after fracture after fracture. From last September to figuring out it had something to do with a certain country, to figuring out, fracture after fracture after fracture. MTG, Candace, Tucker, fracture after fracture after fracture, after fracture after fracture after fracture. People are even turning against that Megan chick because, look, this is like a Coke commercial. The world holding hands, right? Fracture after fracture after fracture. Look at this. 10 of Swords in reverse. In reverse. And the Devil card right behind it. And the Ace of Pentacles right behind that. And the Ace of Swords right behind that. Oh my God. And then, 2 of Swords, 2 of Wands. Baby, that's awesome. That's awesome. I got the Sun card, mind you, in reverse here. But this world energy is like if God would have come down himself and be like, what the hell are y'all doing? The entire world would stop. This feels like a world stop. Like we had a Beyonce concert and nobody's talking, you know? It just feels like that. And so there's the Sun here, granted, in reverse, but I think it's going to be, and here's why I say that. Okay. So there's something that's going to go a little bit slower for us to find out, because the Sun in reverse is followed by the High Priestess. So there's something secretive, really, really secretive. But I can't feel like it's exactly a bad thing, because there's the Page of Swords again. This page is saying, honey, they're not sweeping shit up under the rug, period. They're not sweeping the shit under the rug. The Queen of Swords coming out here and the Hangman again. We are in unprecedented times, and that's what we're about to get, right? We're in history books. We're currently in the history book, and it's just really interesting. But the Seven of Cups here in reverse is saying we don't have a choice anymore. Our choices are done. We don't get to just choose to stop this. We had our chance. We had our choice. So the more we keep showing up to these primaries and to these special things, the stronger our voices get to be, because we're changing them. We're changing them. And they're changing theirs to people who just will not be able to win, period, in a normal. Like, how do you bring Paxton? And then Paxton just got busted with his affair lady that he left the... Okay, so this feels very interesting because there's some world stop energy here. World stop. Was I reading this? I wasn't reading anything. Okay, so was that week 2 or week 3? Week 3. Week 3 is July 12th through the 18th. I feel like that kind of was it, but let's go into it anyway. week 12 through the 18. Week 12 through the 18. There's a world stop moment, y'all. I feel like it's a world stop moment. So this might change. Okay, that's what's going to happen. It's going to change the trajectory. There's going to be possibilities for week 3 now. Instead of where we're headed, this is going to be possibilities. Because that world stop event is a branch. Are we timeline jumping? Are we correcting the timeline? What are we doing? This feels the world stop. Okay, the Chariot's here. The isolation here and the no choice is here. Like I said, no choice whatsoever. So week 3, like this all seems to build upon it. So yes, this is sweep energy. Yes, this is isolation of things. The Nine of Pentacles, y'all know when I show this, especially in reverse, this is like looking at what went wrong or something of that nature. Hold on. I'll check this book to see what's different here. And Queen of Cups. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Okay. This feels like Stevie got... Because I told y'all, when I had that vision quest of the seals, Stevie wasn't there. It feels like he was trying to run. And I think he tried to run and they still caught him. I think that's what's coming up with here. Again, no choice. Page of Pentacles. We in something new. We got to create new constitution, new things. We're in the new, because there's those secret meetings. And then there's the thing we've been waiting on for the longest of time, for our community to come back together and to start absolutely new. Y'all, this is good energy. This is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I think they're writing it now. I think they're trying to devise now what they want to keep. And what's missing. I think we have constitutional scholars. What's really interesting, y'all, and this is why I'm going to say this is possibility too. I'm going to back that up because I'm getting backed up. All the pentacles we didn't have in the other ones. All the pentacles we didn't have in the other ones. This is the slow energy. If y'all notice that, the first 2 weeks were pa, 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 pa. Swords and wands, swords and wands, swords and wands. Now look, we have 9 of Pentacles. We have cups, slow energy, pentacles, cups, cups, pentacles, 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 cups. Nothing but slow energy. This is about the nurturing. This is about the intention. This is about the seed building. This is the cleanup crew. This is water and earth. This is the rebuild. Because the Chariot is a water card. Even though it moves fast as a major arcana, it's still a water card. Now I'm getting into wands. I'm getting survival. I'm getting things going awry. But all of this was just water and cups. I mean, water and pentacles. I think even the hermit might be a pentacle. I'm not sure. Or he might be a wand because he does have a wand. I don't know. This is interesting. So week 3 seems to be about the process of the rebuild. This could be the establishing of the coalition. That's me. That's me. Hold on. Oh my God, this is game time. Okay. Mental contest. Strength isn't from winning. Struggles define strength. So this is control, power, and repressed. And the energy with this is, look at this. This is take aim. Look at that. And she's pulling the bow back. That's slow. It's only fast when you release it, but it's slow. The GOP light. Yep, they're freaking out. Oh, what y'all see? So sick of this. Was thinking about it as I left work. Entrepreneurs only happen with money behind. Family or spouses who pick up the slack. Yeah. I mean, it does take that, but it's not the only way. It isn't the only way. One just is slower. She is AOC on a lot of caffeine. And who? Oh, the lady in Denver? Yeah. the crims keep crimming though, they're gonna crim. They don't know what else to do. It's crazy. Like I have this aunt. I have this aunt who would be like, praise Jesus and praise God. Like he knew I needed this. And then in the next breath, she scams with it. And I was just like, I'm so confused. Like you have an opportunity to do something slower, yes. But you over here, I need fast money. I need fast money. And this has been who she is for a while. And this is one of the reasons I had a bad money story is because like I saw that there's for some people money will never be enough. Criminals will crim and they will continue to do that. She's like the only person I know personally who was like that. It's like you have an opportunity to you have a get out of jail card essentially, right? You have a tragedy that gives you a windfall. And yes, the tragedy is horrific. And now you can build your life differently in honor of this tragedy. But no, you chose to still go the wrong route. It's like, it's just weird. And so what I'm saying is these criminals will continue to crim. He lets them out of jail. What do? They go back to jail. Like, this is what happens, right? For people who don't understand that there is really a different way. But anyway, this is the other energy here is control your fear. So you got to control this fear. The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek. For the longest time, people feared this country coming down. Well, guess what? This shit got so many holes. Do you really want to leave it up for the next person to be even better? No. Take it down. Let's start over, right? We're going to start over the right way. We're going to create a constitution that don't need amendments, right? This is going to be baked in. You know what I mean? Yeah, we're definitely reading different Bibles. Speaking of Bibles, boundaries, y'all. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. Okay? So, week 3 it's going to be rebuilding type of energy. Now, this is interesting because, again, this is possibility. Because that world stop is where we branch off into the different timelines. What is going to happen? So, like I said, week 2 was that fast energy. It was fire. It was swords. It was some scary shit, but it was some necessary stuff. And then we're here in this 3rd week and it's like, we got water and earth. And guess what we really need? We need both of those things. We need water and earth. From the dust we are born, and the water is what nourishes us. So we need them both. And this is filled with it. But I do think that's a seal coming for your boy who thinks he's going to escape him. Okay? Now, let's get to week 4. Again, now we're in a place where it hinges on the last week. This was similar to this. This was similar to last month. I told you last month was ending on a cliffhanger. And I don't know. I keep hearing that little Beyonce phrase, world stop. Okay, so that's a big thing. I think that is going to be our timeline decision. Ooh. Week 4. And so it begins. The discovery of the different ways that all of this was able to happen. The discovery. Steampunk. This is the discovery of all the ways that this was, not of all the ways, but this is the discovery of how it was able to happen. The moon. Things are starting to be revealed. Oh, wait. Wait, what is that? Hold on. The new moon is on week 3. Okay, so we're in week 4. The full moon is week 5. Okay. So, let's see. Week 4. Again, contingent upon 3, which is contingent upon 2. I'm sorry, I cannot be definitive like other people. First of all, you're not going to say I'm wrong. Second of all, we're in choose your own adventure time, but it's still new, y'all. This guy came back out again, Page of Wands. Now, we could go with this being our normal dude, shady pants, but we're not going to because we're talking about America as a whole right now. So we're about the new adventurers. We're about our new legislators. We're about our new people. So there's a new energy. Like I said, that new energy is here. That vitality is here. And now we're finally getting a choice. Seven of Cups. We are finally getting a choice. So why are we chilling so bad? We're chilling, chilling, chilling. But like I said, there's new energy here. And I think, what are you showing me? Empress. It's so weird because I'm almost getting like a Glinda the Good Witch type of thing. I'm talking about the real Wizard of Oz, not the one written by the guy who wrote that really bad book. Okay. Um, I don't know what you mean. What did you say? Okay. Yeah, he's just staring at them. Because I don't think they're yet in his grasp is the thing. I don't think there's like oh, okay, cool. So the Five of Cups is here. So choices will be whittled down in a way. I think the really bad ones are going to disappear. Okay, so much energy. June 14th is a new moon. The 19th, okay, the 19th, planets line. Okay, that's why this shit feels big. I mean, the whole month feels big, but that fourth week, like, okay. I don't know why I'm getting like Glinda the Good Witch. Um, why am I getting Glinda the Good Witch? Why am I getting like when Kansas? Oh, when we land in Kansas. Okay, okay. So love, fertility, creativity. Connect with your nurturing femininity. Enjoy the beauty of life. You may also be experiencing a burst of creativity. On a relationship tip, open yourself up to love. This could mean loving yourself. A child or pregnancy may be on the way. Your career may be at a high point. This could also mean a strong mentor in the workplace. That person could be you. No, I don't like the way you describe that for me right now. Okay, let's see what energy is driving it, and this will give me a better idea. What energy is driving week 4? Oh, okay. Boiling frog. What energy is driving week 4? Is there any more? Okay. And then what's the shadow we're working on for week 4? What is the shadow? Okay. Okay. Same things. Ooh, okay. Positive change and find wholeness. These are the energies underneath. Positive change. And then once again, there's that find wholeness. That's what we had in that entire dump of cards at the very, very, very beginning. So that is where we're coming for this week, I guess. That's what works. But we have the boiling frog. And the boiling frog says, the crisis is not the boiling point. It is 1,000 adjustments you made to tolerate the increasing heat. Okay, so Glinda told Dorothy, you always had the power to go back home. You always had the power. That's the truth. That is really, really, really the truth. And I guess that makes sense here. Okay, so the Seven of Cups can also be illusion delusion, right? So we're looking here at two shadow cards that we're going to have to confront. And I think a lot of this has to deal with these algorithms, these different social media platforms, but it also has to deal with our willingness to be confused, our willingness to be manipulated, because we have limited beliefs here, and then we also have jumbled thoughts. So, two things that are adding to our confusion is our willingness, because here we have limiting beliefs, right? We think we have no power. We think we can't change things. We think we're too spread out. We think that we don't have the ability. We think our health insurance, I'm sorry, I laugh because the health insurance is a joke. We think that this is We got to hold on to the little string, but the string is the boiling frog, people. So July is asking you to change. This is what I'm getting big time. It is asking you to change. Not only to change, but to allow change to happen with you. Okay? Because this is a you gonna get left type of month right now. Right? This is the too involved only. Oh, is the UN. Girl, I'm like, what's the un? Okay, hold on. That's a good question. This is what I wonder. I wonder if the Empress, because we don't have those in America, right? So I wonder if the Empress is the Glinda the Good Witch coming from overseas, our European benefactors or benevolent people, whatever. Not benevolent, but our allies, like our real ones. And it's three because she's a three. So it's not a five thing, it's a three thing. And I think it's the big three type of thing here. Actually, this is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing the big three. So I'm seeing the ICC, I'm seeing the NATO, and I'm seeing the UN. Because there's going to be overlap in some of these things, right? But it feels like, again, us not being part of the conversation because we're not part of the group chat anymore. I don't know if y'all know this, but hey, Lisa. And oh, shoot, it's 4 o'clock. Are you kidding me? Oh, I gotta clean. Okay. It's either the UN or is the NATO. But there's a clause in there that says something to the effect of that should anything really bad happen within our agreement, they get to help us find new people. They get to put new people in. So that could be part of it. But here's the thing. I think this is already happening. That's my thing. Is from what I gathered from the earlier, I think we're already meeting, we're already planning, we're already designing, we're already figuring this thing out. Again, as these fiery people come out again, it's the people who need to release their last hold on this frog, or to realize they are the frog and they are this close to being finished. And we are that close, right? So we need to let go of the strings of hair, basically, and go bald because we need to go bald. No toupee for us, please. This is let it go. So this is our limited beliefs. These are our jumbled thoughts, and those are contributing to us, still being in the pot. Because we should have been out. I will tell you unequivocally, we should have been out of this already last year, and we did not allow that to happen. One, because again, we have these two things going on. We have these complex thoughts, so the Two of Swords, but we also have the Six of Cups here in reverse. Like we're holding on to this nostalgia, not understanding that that is what's keeping us stagnant. That's what's keeping us stuck, and that's what's allowing them to take over us. But here's the other thing. Look, what's here? The Star, the Queen of Cups, the Nine of Cups. Okay? So these women are benevolent. These women are talking about the abundance that waits for us if we hold out hope and we continue to move forward and just follow the guidance even when we don't know our way, right? So these are our choices, is to do that or allow ourselves to be confused. But again, as I was saying, the Five of Cups is beneath this and the Five of Cups is in reverse. So this is not loss anymore. This is not grief anymore. This is a possibility of relief. Because what happens, y'all, when you have spent so long, I'm getting chills. Oh God, big ones. What happens when you spent so long trying to, oh God, I can't believe these people are coming, but that's okay. They're going to be squashed right away. Perfect, perfect. When you spend so long, for instance, being a caretaker, And it's as much as you grieve a person going over to the other side, there's relief also. One of my favorite stories to read with my students when I was a teacher was Kate Chopin's Story of an Hour. And this story, it's a short story, just a few pages, and it talks about this woman being at home, waiting for her husband to come home. And her husband, instead of her husband coming, another person comes to tell her that her husband died because he was either run over by a train or got hit by a train, right? And so through the whole story, you see this moment, and it's an hour long, of time that passes. I'm going to ruin the story for you, by the way, in case you didn't know. I'm going to give you a spoiler on the story. It's one of my favorite stories. You should read it for yourself to see how it actually happens. But in this thing, we're journeying with this woman in the 1800s, early 1900s, I forget exactly when. But she gets the news of her husband being hit by a train, run over by a train, train crashing, one of those things. She doesn't hear from him. Nobody has heard from him. And so she goes up to, she departs from the person who tells her. She goes upstairs and she sits in her chair and she's looking outside. And then all of a sudden, the clouds that she was looking at, they clear. And she realizes that she doesn't have to sleep with someone she doesn't love. Whoa. She doesn't even have to get married again because she's already been there, done that. Once a woman has been married, she never had to get married again. Whoa. And all of a sudden, she gets this feeling of freedom. She can see the sun outside now. And then comes another knock. And when she descends the stairs, she faints. It's her husband. For that hour, she felt her freedom. And she didn't realize that she had needed her freedom until it was hers for an hour. And then until the doors closed again. So here's why I said, ugh, those people. It's because they're going to try to close the door again. We got the Knight of Swords in reverse here. That's going to be your last roaches who are twitching from the spray. They're like, no, we got to have our white power country. Well, you're going to go bye-bye because you're going to be judged immediately. Immediately. The people are going to shut you up, shut you down. You will be judged immediately. Unfortunately, it may involve deaths before that immediately actually happens. We're just talking about in terms of time. Because there's a band here. The Three of Cups are like, no, we are in a different place. We're not going to allow you to do this again. No hand slapping, because we got priorities now. Two of Pentacles. We have priorities. So this death isn't a bad thing. It is something that is absolutely necessary, because one of the things that we've been seeing in the slowness of death, and I'm getting the word vestiges, I don't know why, but I forget where it fits. But one of the things that we're seeing about it is it wasn't good. It wasn't helpful. And the parts that were helpful, they've already destroyed. So we're having problems here, right? And the fourth week, it appears, is going to be some of that Glinda the Good Witch coming in and showing us we have the way, we have the power. Here's a plan. Let's come together and finish working this thing out. So again, the death is here. It is. But so is the release from the devil. And this is absolutely necessary. It needs to happen. It just needs to happen. And it's scary. It is. I've never lived through history, unless you count 9/11. But now we're living through a full textbook, several chapters. All right, so what are we talking about then for week 5? Oh, week 5 is our full moon week, and it's the buck moon. Oh, wow. Okay. I like that part. Okay. Not necessarily this part. Ooh, okay. Okay, so we do have completion here. So this is going to complete some part of the story as it opens a new part of the story. Huh. Let me get the other energies right quick. Okay, that's that. Yeah, those people are going to get on my nerves. I really wish they would just go away. Go to Argentina. All right, what's happening week 5 of July? What is the shadow we have to work on here? Oh, really? Makes sense. Inner cosmos. Hold on. That's too many. Oh, y'all, wait, is this disclosure? Inner cosmos, spirit awakening, light the darkness, and heal through art. Escapism, shadow alchemy. Wait, hold on. Are they going to tell us about this? Hold on. What's behind this? What is behind this? Okay. The betrayal. The gaze. And the scar. Is that it? No. Do I take these? Okay. Yes. All right. So we got the betrayal, the gaze, and the scar. And then what's the final one? Is it just one? Yes. Okay. What is the energy running under this? That's me. That's me. I dropped that. What is the energy running under this for the week of 26 through 31? The lie. Okay, we got the House of Cards. All right, so. Oh, and a landmine. Wow. All right. Weird energies. I'm getting a few different things for week 5. If June was a cliffhanger, July is, I don't want to say the next chapter. I would say the preface. So it begins. So I feel like June closed out some things. Even though it doesn't feel like closure, it did. Because July is opening up things. And it's starting with the action. So this feels like a preface, like an epilogue. No. Prologue. There we go. Wait. Yes. Oh my God. To think I taught English. Prologue, because that goes first. Yes. Okay. So a preface or a prologue. Because it feels really interesting. Because on one level, right, the shadow cards that I'm getting, it's weird. Yeah, there's a full moon, sign of Aquarius, and that represents humanitarian. Okay. You've been getting the ranch. Okay. I mean, these things won't stop, can't stop. Ugh, don't do it, because that's bad boy for life. All right, so anyway, I'm going to move on. Yeah, I wish people would understand. Like, you have, and mind you, I think some people are, controlled opposition. I think some people are also trolls and bots. But I think some people are literally doomers. Because anytime something happens, they go, we're cooked, we're cooked, we're cooked. And it's like, okay, first of all, if we were cooked, they wouldn't be pressing the save act. I'm going to hold this back so you can give me the SAVE Act. I'm going to hold this back so you can give me the SAVE Act. The SAVE Act has some kind of very nefarious things, and it ain't got nothing to do with ID. There's something they plan to do with it, and it is the linchpin because they've been trying to get it since last year. If you notice this, here's the thing, and I hope y'all notice this, but the SAVE Act was supposed to happen last summer. They were close last summer. Mikey J's been pressing this thing, trying to get it done, and the Senate's been like, nah, since last summer. We are a year fast forward. You know what else happened last summer? The project of that year has been stuck at 50% since last summer. That tells me very clearly the linchpin to the rest of their project and to the next project is the SAVE Act. There's something nefarious about that, the wording of it, I'm guessing, that is going to be able to let them finish turning the knob and then pew, do the rest of it. Now, the other linchpin that they no longer get to fight again, if I'm not mistaken, was that Amendment 14. So there were two things they absolutely needed to finish the project. They didn't get them. We're not cooked. Okay? They tried to put us in the microwave. The microwave is not enough wattage. All right? So your VOTES, your voice, is far more powerful than this stuff they're trying to do to you. All right, that said. So Inner Cosmos coming out. Now, mind you, while this card is saying to embrace the light, first acknowledge the dark. Yes, I get that on a nice little metaphysical thing. Trauma, seeing, going deeper. Of course, we need that, right? This is Shadow of the Fifth Week, especially because, y'all, this is going to be an interesting month. But that said, as soon as I saw Cosmos, there was a resonance there with the word cosmos. And that resonance is some kind of disclosure, and a real one. Not the fake shit they've been putting out, right? I feel like there's going to be undeniable proof here. I'm not holding me up because there's a spirit awakening here. Again, on the metaphysical level, yeah, sure. Sit with your shadow is the best way to enlightenment. Intuition, spirituality, sure. But also, I think this is visibility of something dealing with the cosmos. And again, light the darkness. Of course, sure. Darkness cannot dispel darkness. Only light can. Love, clarity, and awareness. But also, UAP, I don't know. There's something coming through the sky. And I think it will finally be captured for real. Not them captured, but the actual thing captured. Like video or something. Like real one, not AI. But I also think we'll see something. Because even though it's like the heal through the art card, there's something about this man coming out of this cloud that is resonant here. So I'm thinking maybe a Hail Mary here with, no, because I think there's a revelation here. A very credible, reliable revelation that's going to come on that one aspect. I just get the this too much feeling here of like, what? Now, mind you, we've been prepped over the few years because they have released some of the real stuff, but there's been some preparations going on. I think we're going to catch this for real. Now, that said, there's the vestiges. You keep giving me vestiges. Why are you giving me vestiges? And we're going to wrap this up. Sorry, y'all. Vestiges. Why are you giving vestiges? Like, it wants me to say that word. Visible traces, remnants of something left by something that has been mostly vanished, disappeared, or lost. Okay. But I'm getting vestiges about what's going to remain of this group of people, this soul group of people who have been trying to take us apart. It's like a last gasp type of thing because again, we got the betrayal, we got the gaze, which is, the monster was the guard, the treasure was the door, it was blocking, the key was your unwavering look. So that's going to be what opens the thing. Like, don't look away from it. Don't go, oh, sure, you can come back. Just blend on back in. This is a keep the gaze on them because there's going to be a scar left here, right? And the scar says it will not disappear. It will become a map. Whoa. Hold the phone. It will not disappear. It will become a map, a reminder of what split you open and that you closed. This is a child. Boom. You see that child? You see the scar. You see the gaze. Again, a child with her woman shadow. You see the scar. And then the betrayal. And yes, the L is missing. The betrayal, the key, the safe, the man who is of affluence. And then you see the women, but the lie, the house of cards. When I say it's going to be this too much, that's what's going to happen. Because this here, I told you I got different energies with this. This does feel like we're going back to the files era with this one. And the lie card says the foundation is a fiction. This is some of the victims. And I'm saying it this way because some of them are plants. A good deal of them are plants. To silence the other ones, the ones who have the proof. Because if you wonder why they're not speaking out on their own, that's why. The foundation is a fiction. The stability is an act. It will collapse under its own weight. There's exposure here. Somebody bears the scar that is going to map the way back. I told y'all when we had that vision quest, somebody escaped that ranch. Oh, there's the chills again. Somebody escaped that ranch. And she's been biding her time. Whew. Okay, so for America, y'all, I think this is what we're talking about. I think this is what we're talking about here. I've been trying to connect this to government or something, and it's not working. This is oh wow, okay. We got the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles energy, this is at the split. Pentacles also are documents. You have an old man in a beard, somebody who's pretending to be dead. And you have children. And you have a younger but older woman who would be the mother to those children. Then you have a release from the fear and the nightmare. And the pendulum is about to swing the other way with this temperance in reverse because someone's about to deliver that evidence. And that someone is a grown-up now. And I got a feeling she's not an American. I got a feeling that she is definitely from overseas, of a different nationality. And she's been waiting for the moment, because there's the Six of Cups, the pedo card. She's been waiting for her moment, sitting in, carrying this thing, this heavy, heavy, heavy thing. But she's got the proof. More than one. She's got copies. This is interesting. And I think she's going to be drawn out by the lie. Because that's the Ace of Swords in reverse. Yes. Holy crap. Yes, yes, yes. Because the Three of Cups, when we read with my other cards, that's the pedo men, like the doers, the Three of Cups. But this is the survivors who are now older and who are going to band together. And not all of them are alive. So this is the spirit as well. The cups. They thought they were spilled, but remember, 3 cups remained of the death card. They thought they were spilled, but 3 cups remain of the 5 of Cups card. This is, oh my God. Okay. Something's coming out. And I think the other survivors are going to be fighting amongst themselves because it's going to be proven that they were given what to say. They were already given pre-talk. And they're going to fold under the weight of it. Because this witness, and it's more than one, but this particular one has the scar. I'm not talking about Molly. I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about somebody else. It's somebody else. Okay. Because here's the broken family, right? The 10 of Cups. And then here's the 7 of Pentacles. The thing that has been waiting so long to be harvested. This is the ring. Because here's the Lover's card. And here's the 4 of Wands card. And then here's the 7 of Swords. So this is facing the Piper. Because you lose your protection in the house, it is now time to face the Piper. So what is happening is someone's going to be emboldened by the fractures of this house. Because there's the evidence that was trying to be hidden by the Hierophant and the 8 of Wands, like trying to misdirect and redirect with mismessaging. And having someone sitting on this evidence, but then it's going to get out. The hidden agenda will get out. The people sitting on top of it, not just the orange guy, is going to get out. And then there's going to be freedom here for the actual survivors. And they're going to refuse to stay silent. Okay, so we got different things happening. Obviously, we have a country that's falling apart, but we also have some evidence that's about to come together. Evidence of the fact that we're not alone, as well as evidence of the fact that we've been bamboozled. And when we get the real story, we're going to get it with names. Yeah, she has so much confidence and protection, yes. But I think it's waiting for the that downfall part. So, is there anything else regarding that before we wrap up? All right, so July 26th is revelation time and revolution time. There's something new coming. Hangman, listen, we will survive it, y'all. We're definitely going to survive it. July is going to be interesting. I know I didn't give you anything very, very, very specific because I'm telling you that world card that showed up in between the week 2 and the week 3 is a timeline shift. Which one are we going to be on? That's where we'll leave the question. I think it's really interesting. People who can give you predictions and channels, that's their role right now, and that's good. But I was told no performance. We don't do it for performance, and so I can't do that for you for performance. That's not what my gift is supposed to be used for. It's supposed to be for healing, not for a show. But to quote the words that we got at the very beginning of July, game on. This is book 2 in the series. Let's get it. Girl, I hope we can help on the good one. Oh, God. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I'm sorry to do another long one. It's less than 2 hours. Okay. It's a story all on its own. I can't wait to see that shift. I wonder where the shift is going to... I pray to God it's the good one. I pray to God it's the one where people get swept in week 3 like we saw. Or was that week 2? I don't know. Let's go. Let's go. The story's almost over. Okay? Remember, it ends the same way. It's just a matter of how long will it take. So we're not worried about will it end? Yes, absolutely yes, it will end. But how long will it take? That's up to us as well as them. Let's go. It's interesting. I have fear like everybody else, but at the same time, I have excitement. Good morning, Leslie. We're getting off. Bye, y'all. I gotta clean up. Bye. Love y'all.